On the outskirts of a quaint little town, nestled between rolling hills and snow-capped trees, stood an unassuming old house. It belonged to Mr. Cooper, a kind-hearted widower in his 60s, who often wore a weathered plaid jacket and a soft smile that could brighten anyone's day. Though Mr. Cooper loved the warmth of holiday festivities, the last few Christmases had been marked by bittersweet memories. After the passing of his beloved wife, Elsie, he found solace in simple routines, filling his days with gardening, baking, and reminiscing over shared memories. As Christmas approached that year, Mr. Cooper felt a familiar pang of loneliness. The streets of the town twinkled with colorful lights, and shoppers bustled about, but he couldn't shake the sadness that hung in his heart. He decided that this Christmas, he would focus on bringing joy to others. With a twinkle of determination in his eye, he set off to bake his famous gingerbread cookies and make handmade gifts for his neighbors. On Christmas Eve, snow fell delicately from the sky, covering the world in a pristine layer of white. Mr. Cooper loaded his basket with cookies, candles, and small gifts, and ventured out into the neighborhood, spreading cheer. Many greeted him with warm hugs and laughter, filling him with a sense of fulfillment that had been absent for so long. After visiting the last of his neighbors, he returned home feeling lighter, but as he settled into his armchair by the fireplace, a flicker of sadness returned. He gazed at the Christmas tree, adorned with ornaments that were mostly gifts from Elsie over the years. Each bauble sparked vivid memories of their time together, and he sighed, running his fingers over a delicate star that hung at the top. "What I wouldn't give to hear your voice again, my dear," he whispered to the empty room as a tear slipped down his cheek. That night, Mr. Cooper climbed into bed, weary but with a heart full of good deeds. Outside, the wind howled, and the snowflakes danced wildly, painting the world in an enchanting scene. As he drifted off to sleep, he dreamt of a time long past, of laughter, love, and the warmth of his wife's embrace. When morning light broke through the frosted window, Mr. Cooper stirred groggily, stretching and yawning. Climbing out of bed, he noticed a peculiar light glowing from the living room. He rubbed his eyes and padded softly toward the source. To his astonishment, there, in front of the Christmas tree, stood a beautiful little girl adorned in a pretty red dress, her golden curls tumbling down her shoulders. She was bending over the tree, noticing the gifts stacked beneath it. Mr. Cooper blinked in disbelief. "Hello," she chirped, turning to him with a bright smile. Her blue eyes sparkled like the ornaments on the tree, and Mr. Cooper felt a warmth wash over him. "Who are you, my dear?" he asked, still finding it hard to comprehend the sight before him. "I'm Clara," she exclaimed. "The Christmas fairy. I've come to bring you a gift." "A gift?" Mr. Cooper echoed, his heart racing. He felt as if he were in a dream. "What kind of gift?" Clara giggled, playfully twirling on the spot, and suddenly, the room shimmered with iridescent lights. She held up a small silver bell. "This is a special bell. When you ring it, it will remind you of the love you have shared and the joy you have given to others." Mr. Cooper's heart warmed like a crackling fire, and he reached out to take the bell, his hands trembling. "But, how did you come here?" Clara pointed to the window, where the snow continued to fall. "Your kindness, and the love you carry in your heart, have brought me here. I can only appear where love exists." Mr. Cooper felt an overwhelming wave of love for his late wife and gratitude for the joy he had spread the previous day. With a trembling hand, he rang the bell, and a melodious sound filled the room. Memories of laughter, warmth, and love flooded back, not just of Elsie, but the friends and neighbors he had touched with kindness. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted and more children appeared, laughing and playing in the living room. They danced around him, their eyes bright with excitement and festive cheer. Mr. Cooper felt his heart swell to capacity. The joy of Christmas surrounded him, filling the void that had lingered for so long. Clara took his hand. "Keep spreading love, Mr. Cooper. Each act of kindness makes the world brighter." For the rest of the day, Mr. Cooper celebrated with the children, baking cookies, singing carols, and sharing stories. Laughter echoed through the once empty halls of his home, making memories that would last for many more Christmases to come. That Christmas day became Mr. Cooper's miracle gift. Not only did he discover the power of joy in giving, but he also realized that love never truly leaves us. It transforms, stays alive in our hearts, and sometimes, just sometimes, finds a way to return when we need it most. As the sun set, casting a golden hue over the snow, Mr. Cooper rang the silver bell once more, knowing that the spirit of Christmas, and the love he shared with Elsie, would forever guide him in spreading joy to the world around him. Hit the subscribe button if you liked my story.